What's up, you guys? Godzilla Fan Freaks coming at you today with a haul video. Now, this is long overdue, as well as I've been off the grid for a little more over, almost 2 weeks now. I apologize. Last week I got caught up because last weekend was Tucson Comic Con. Had a very fun time and, was just bunged up with time. I didn't have time to, put a figure review out or anything like that just because I was getting everything ready for Tucson Comic Con. And then after Tucson Comic Con, you might be able to tell in my voice, I'm just now starting to get over it, but I am a little bit still congested. I ended up catching a head cold, and it hit me like Sunday night, the last day of the con, Sunday night, I had a tickle in my throat, and then the next day, I just had a really bad scratchy throat. Then I just got congested, and it kicked my butt here for, throughout the week, kind of. I'm just now starting to get over it. But it was just a head cold. But I just want to let you guys know that's why I've been off the grid. Tucson Comic Con, and then I got hit by an unexpected head cold, so that's why I've been out of commission. But I'm coming right back at you guys with my Tucson Comic Con 2015 haul. Show you guys what I got and everything else like that. Overall, we had a great time. The first 2 days, me and my buddies, Scott and Lawrence, we all dressed up. Of course, I was dressed up as Thor. Scott was dressed up as the Riddler, and my buddy Lawrence was dressed up as Darth Vader. We had a killer time. Took pictures with people. Oh man, it was just a fun, great time. Tucson Comic Con was a great 3 day weekend, just fantastic. And then the third day, we didn't wear our costumes. We just went casual. But overall, great 3 days. It was fantastic. The Team Rocket, Tucson AZ, their panels were great. The Tucson Raccoon City, or Tucson Umbrella Corporation, just all that fun stuff was just fantastic. The downstairs in the dealer's room and everything. Got a few things, as you can see, plus there's some other stuff off camera that you can't. But I'm going to get right into that right now. I just want to make sure there's nothing else I need to go over. I think that was about it. Tucson Comic Con was fantastic. Not a lot of Godzilla stuff there, though. Again, like I've mentioned in a lot of videos, there's not a lot of Godzilla stuff here in Arizona, it seems like. So, I mean, I did see some Godzilla stuff there, but it was like the 2014 Jax Pacific. There was a couple of those, which I'm not really interested in those. Some of the NECA figures, like the NECA 1954, the NECA 1984, plus the NECA NES Godzilla. But other than stuff like that, there wasn't anything like X Plus or Bandai or Marmon or SH Monster Arts that I saw. So, but that was to be expected. But let me get into my Tucson Comic Con 2015 haul. Enough of me blabbering. So, one of the first things I picked up was actually beneficial to my Thor costume. The Mjolnir that I had with my Thor costume was, just a really cheap, hollowed out plastic one. It really wasn't that great. And then we came across this, weapons booth in the dealer's room that these guys did, swords and you name it. And they had a Mjolnir. And, the guy asked, hey, you need a new hammer? And I was like, oh, let's see. I mean, it was $50, but I just wanted to see, the quality of it and everything like that. It has some weight to it. It is a little heavy because it's made out of resin. The hammer piece here is, a good solid resin, so it does have some weight to it. And then, of course, the handle here, it's wood in the middle, but then wrapped around it is a thin steel pipe. So you got a steel pipe with, a wood, I don't want to call it a stick, but a wood handle up in the middle of the steel pipe, and then you got a nice little leather strap here, and then of course solid resin for the hammer itself. So very nice addition. It did look a little better with my Thor costume, so I was happy with it. And $50 wasn't a bad price once I checked out the craftsmanship and the quality of it. The only thing I wish I could do with it that I could do with my other Mjolnir is do the Thor where he spins his hammer when he goes to fly. I can't really do that with this little kind of dinky leather strap. Plus, I wouldn't want this to break and this to go fly and like bust because this is resin. So I mean, it has durability, but I'm sure if it was to fall with enough force, it would chip or crack. crack or just break entirely. But I got a Thor's hammer, so that was pretty cool. Uh, I did get a full set of all 7 Dragon Balls. Very cool. I have seen these around, but I finally just ended up picking up a set at Tucson Comic Con. Couldn't resist, especially at the discounted price of $25. So yeah, full set of Dragon Balls. I don't know when I'll make my wish. This next is something that my buddy Lawrence actually got me because he wanted to pay me back for getting him, a Tucson Comic Con ticket, and then of course I also got him a ticket for when we went to go see Resurrection F back in August. And I told him, don't worry about it. If I see something that's kind of within the range of, however much the tickets were or whatever, I'll let you know, and you can get me that or whatever. And I just couldn't pass. Now, I don't collect plushes whatsoever. I'm not a big plush collector or anything like that. But I am a big Piccolo fan. He's one of my favorite characters. And this Piccolo plush just spoke to me. And I couldn't resist but to tell Lawrence, I want that Piccolo plush. And he was like, no problem. And I just couldn't resist it. I mean, to me, it just makes me laugh. It makes me smile. I mean, just a facial expression. It has that serious Piccolo look. But at the same time, I was like, man, that Piccolo plush is pissed off. It's like, damn it, I'm a plush doll. Damn, like, oh crap, I'm a plush doll. It kind of has that look. So this is kind of just one of those things I got in my room that if I'm having a bad day, I can just look at this and say, well, it could be worse. I could be a plush doll because obviously this Piccolo isn't happy to be a plush doll, but it makes me smile, makes me laugh, and I like Piccolo. So thank you again, Lawrence, for getting me this guy. Really like him. Now on to the stuff that's onto the table here. Starting off with a Star Wars figure. I'm not going to say I used to be a big Star Wars fan. I am a big Star Wars fan, but I don't have a lot of Star Wars stuff. I used to, but then I got rid of all my Star Wars stuff except for my Force FX lightsaber. But I got rid of all my Star Wars stuff to make room for all of my Godzilla and Kaiju stuff. I couldn't really confine both of the collections. So I had to say bye to my Star Wars stuff and everything. And so I haven't really collected a lot of Star Wars stuff. Again, I've just had my Force FX Darth Vader lightsaber. But I decided to pick up a Star Wars figure. And that Star Wars figure was the Black Series 6-inch Bosk. And the reason I got Bosk is because he is my favorite bounty hunter. I just always liked Bosk. I've heard and read some of the bounty hunter stories on him, from the comics and the books and whatnot. So Bosk, I really like him. I always like the lizard type aliens and such. So Bosk always stood out to me, and it was really cool that they made a figure of him. So I couldn't resist not getting one of these. So I'm very happy to have a Star Wars figure back, in my collection room. This might be the only Star Wars figure I will have for a while, because again, I'm not really hardcore into collecting Star Wars stuff. I like it, but I'm not really hardcore into collecting it no more. I had my Star Wars high many years back, but I am happy to finally have my favorite bounty hunter and probably favorite Star Wars character, Bosk. Next on is something that I'm sure a lot of people will give me crap for, and I told my buddy Scott he's probably going to give me crap for, but he never did. I don't know if he's just waiting for the right moment, though, probably. But for those of you who watched my Funko Pop Frieza review, I got that as a gift from my friend Shanae. And I said, I'm not really into the Funko Pop vinyl figures. They're not really my cup of tea. But when I saw this Piccolo up close and in person, I couldn't resist it. It's actually kind of, really neat figure. So, I figured, what, and they had the other ones there too, but none of them spoke to me. Only the Piccolo did. So again, I really like Piccolo, so I said, why not? Let's get the Piccolo Funko Pop vinyl figure. So I got the Piccolo. Jeez, that's a tongue twister right there. Funko Piccolo Pop Vinyl. Funko Piccolo Pop. Yeah, okay. Enough with that. Anyway, so I picked up one of those. And then the rest of my haul here is, of course, these mini Frieza figures. Now, I saw these kind of like in one of those cases and stuff like that. And, again, I like Dragon Ball Z. As you can tell, a few of my things that I got this year from Tucson Comic Con are mainly Dragon Ball Z related. And I like Frieza, so I couldn't resist these little tiny Frieza figures. And they are actually very well sculpted, painted, and detailed. I mean, they are really nice. So here's a little tiny Mecha Frieza I got. I'll get him a little closer to the camera there for you. But a very nice little tiny mini Mecha Frieza. Very nice. Really like this one. Probably my favorite of the bunch is this first form Frieza that came with a little stand where it looks like he's hovering. Very nice. He's in that classic Frieza pose when he's in his first form where he has his hands behind his back, clenched in fists. But very nice. Very nice figure all the way around. Really like this one. This other one here, Frieza in his final form, I believe he probably did have a stand at one point, but he doesn't. So I kind of just have him propped up against another figure because his tail weighs him back, and he really doesn't stand on his own. So I knew this guy had to have had a stand at some point because he is near impossible to stand on his own. But they didn't have the stand, but I still didn't second look it. It's actually a really nice first form Frieza. Very, very nice in that classic pose when he's summoning 50% of his power. Very, very nice. And then we have this Frieza in his final form where it looks like he's kicking. Now, this guy actually has articulation points. He has them here at his thighs. His knees have joints, as well as his ankle. His feet have joints, so you can tilt them up and down. But I just have him in this pose. And he actually has a upper torso joint and a head joint where you can tilt his head, or not tilt his head, but turn. But I just have him in this pose. And this Frieza figure is actually really cool. I've never seen anything like it. It is pretty much Frieza when he's fighting Goku, and he promises Goku not to use his hands. He has his hands, crossed, and this is when he mainly uses his tail and his feet to fight Goku. And I noticed that right away. And it's just a really nice figure. Frieza has a really serious face, really serious look. I do like that his legs and such are articulated, so you can kind of switch it up to what leg is bent, which leg is kicking, and how they are pivoted and turned. So that's really nice. And this guy didn't have a stand, and there really was no way to display this guy. It's like he had to have a stand. So me being the welder that I am, why I was under the weather and stuff like that, I just gave myself a little project to do, and I just created a little metal stand for him. I just took a little piece of metal rod, cut it down, and then I welded it to this base, which is a U channel. So and he sits very nice. Fits right in the hole, kind of right in his crotch area, but looks very nice on the stand. I really dig it. Pivot it there just a little bit like that. There, that looks good. But very nice. I really like that one as well. And I'm glad that I made a stand for it because there would be no other way to display him. And so I don't want this video to lag on too much, you guys, but now that you guys know where I've been, with Tucson Comic Con and then getting under the weather, that kind of really sucked. But there is my Tucson Comic Con 2015 haul, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. And again, I'm getting better. I should be fully better by either tomorrow or Monday at the latest. And but I should have a figure review out, this coming week. So time to get back on schedule. But that way you guys know and everything. And that is all I got. I don't want this video to lag on anymore. Anyway, you guys, like always, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next video review. And I'm stupid. This video is going to lag on for just a little bit longer because I just looked down and noticed my t-shirt. This t-shirt, I also got at Tucson Comic Con. Another Dragon Ball Z related t-shirt. I couldn't resist it. Frieza and Goku standing over Frieza, both looking at each other. I mean, I just thought this was a funny and just a great T-shirt all the way around. All right, you guys, that is it. Tucson Comic Con 2015 haul for me. Like always, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video review. Thank you for watching.